Hi and welcome back to Garden Ninja. Now today's video guide is going to give you 16 fantastically low fuss evergreen shrubs for your gardens that are going to give you punctuation and form 365 days of the year. So come on, let's get cracking. Now evergreen shrubs like the Oleander behind me are fantastic in garden design because they bring what we call punctuation and form, because they're there all year round holding their form, hence the term evergreen. They don't drop their leaves unless there's some crazy weather conditions like mega frosts or really exposed winds, but for the most part they hold the leaves and that's what gives them the form. So let's jump on to the first evergreen specimen. Now the first specimen, which is great for any size garden, is Sweetbox Sarcococca, which is a fantastic small evergreen shrub. And the beauty of this shrub is that it thrives in shade, but it comes into its own in winter, hence the term Sweetbox, because it has this fantastic smell. So it's great if you've got containers near the front door, or if you want a pop of scent in winter around Christmas time. Virtually indestructible, slugs won't touch it, and once it's finished flowering it has these amazing black berries, but a real gem for evergreen structure. Now the next specimen is called Heavenly Bamboo, but it's not a bamboo at all, Nandina domestica. It's a fantastic bomb-proof evergreen shrub for new gardeners or beginners that don't really know where to start. It's got these great tall strappy leaves that change colour from green to red to purple, and it's a real good filler plant. And what I mean by filler is you can put it throughout your borders and it acts as punctuation and fills a spot, giving you that structure all year round. Slugs won't touch it, you never really have to prune it unless parts of it go crispy in really exposed conditions, so you can plant it and just enjoy it. Now the next plant is the trusty Phormium, New Zealand flax. You've probably seen it in car parks up and down the country, and it's usually used in tropical planting schemes that are really low maintenance, because once you've planted Phormium, you don't need to do anything to it. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not a massive fan, but that was because years ago when I started out I had to dig up about 20 of them, and their roots, whilst fibrous, are really tenacious. So if you want that feel in the garden, then you'd be hard pushed to do better than a Phormium. The next evergreen plant specimen are the Rhododendrons, a huge genus with absolutely thousands of different species to choose from. The beauty of rhododendrons, or rhodies as people sometimes call them, is that they bring spring blooms to the garden. So whilst everything else is still asleep, rhododendrons burst into colour around March, April through to May. Now they're great shrubs because they will tolerate shade, in some instances real full shade, but they do need ericaceous soil, which basically means acidic soil. Now you can grow them in pretty much multi-purpose compost and in most gardens, but if you find that your rhodies aren't blooming, then you might need to add some pine needles or an ericaceous compost to the top as a mulch to help them with that. But they're a fantastic shrub, they'll grow pretty much anywhere, and if you've got heat waves in the garden, once they're established, it won't even touch them. So give rhodies a try. Now another tropical looking specimen that's actually completely hardy and almost impossible to kill are Fatsia japonicas, otherwise known as the castor oil plant. Now they've got these huge glossy evergreen palm-like leaves that are great for tropical planting schemes. But they're also fantastic if you've got a shady spot, a full sun spot, an awkward corner or a shed that you want to disguise. They need pretty much no pruning. But bear in mind, when they get to about 15 years old, they will become quite tall and wide, but they do respond well to a hard prune. So if you've got an old Fatsia that maybe you've inherited, and it's got loads of growth on the top but nothing on the bottom, you can cut them back really hard and they will sprout side shoots. The beauty of Fatsia is you get these strange alien-like flowers as we head into winter, which is a bonus that not many people know about. Now another great beginner evergreen shrub are the Photinias, otherwise known as red robins, and beginner gardeners love these. They're often found at garden centres, they're good value, and they add instant height and impact. Now the beauty of Photinia is that the leaves are glossy green with red tips, and they change throughout the seasons, sometimes getting more red or sometimes reverting back to green dependent on the weather conditions. Now, whilst they're beautiful shrubs, easy to plop in and look after, they do drop their leaves. And a lot of people get in touch with me to say that they've had a Photinia or a red robin for a couple of years and suddenly, boom, it loses half its leaves. But don't panic, it's entirely normal, and this is known as leaf shed, and it makes way for new leaves. The big lesson with Photinia or red robin is they hate exposed windy sites. Don't try and use them as pleach trees if you live, next to the sea or you're on a new build estate that gets battered by cold winds. They just won't like it. And you can tell if a Photinia is unhappy because the leaves will turn brown and start to drop off far more regularly. So a great shrub, if you've got a nice protected environment, it'll hide a corner and give you some beautiful red leaves. But if you've got an exposed garden like me, give it a swerve. Now the next shrub is one of my all-time favourite super cute garden shrubs, and that's Pinus mugo, the dwarf mountain pine, and it's a tiddler. It comes usually in a 2-litre pot and it's about yay big. Now they are super slow growing, but it's an evergreen pine, often used in Japanese style gardens or coniferous gardens where you've got loads of conifers and heathers, and they are a fantastic shrub if you're time poor or you don't want to do any pruning, because trust me, it'll take about 10 to 15 years before it even puts on half of its height again. They are super slow growing. They do tend to spread out first before they grow up, but if you have a Pinus mugo that is sort of 15 to 20 years old and it's looking a bit tatty, you can neaten it up. But beware with all the conifer plant species, if you hard prune back to old wood, it won't regenerate. So Pinus mugo is more a set and forget shrub. Pop it in your garden, enjoy it and all of its cuteness. Now the next evergreen shrub is a garden designer favourite. It's Pittosporum tenuifolium, and it comes in loads of different species, and it's got these beautiful round glossy evergreen leaves. And garden designers like myself love it so much because it has great form. The leaves aren't too big, they're not too small, and it really holds its own. And you can buy them in sort of 20-litre pots that are relatively mature, and if you put them into a new build or a brand new garden, they give instant impact. They are pretty much pest proof, but they really don't like to be in mega exposed conditions. Heavy frost may turn the leaf tips brown in the winter, but they will recover. And you will get some flowers on your Pittosporum, and they've got all sorts of great species, whether you want solid green, variegation, dark leaves, leaves that have curl on the edge. There's all sorts that you can pick from. So definitely give Pittosporum a try and see why designers always choose it for their garden designs. Now, what if you've got a garden that's in deep shade and you're really busy and don't like pruning? Well, Aucuba japonica is the choice for you, the spotted laurel. And you'll recognise this again from car park planting. Now, Aucuba japonica are pretty much indestructible, and you'll spot them because they've got these long, limey green leaves with yellow spots and mottles on them. So if you've got a dark shady corner or part of the flower bed that's just looking a bit lacklustre, those variegations and mottles can really liven it up. And if you mix that limey green leaf with purples or oranges, you can bring real vibrancy to your flower beds. So give Aucuba a go. The next genus are the Escallonia, a little bit similar to Pittosporum, but they have amazing flowers. And I've used them in tropical style planting schemes here in the northwest because they really are tough shrubs. And you can get them at relatively good prices to bring instant impact to your garden. They've got super glossy small green leaves, and they've got this beautiful natural round shape that pretty much requires zero pruning. So if you're panicking about getting the snips out, you don't need to with Escallonia. The great thing is the flowers come in colour tones such as pink, orange, yellow and white, and they can add an instant pop of colour to your garden. Pretty much pest proof, like a lot of the shrubs on this list, and well worth a try. Also, the flowers have a delicious scent, so if you want a sensory overload, pop a few Escallonias into your flower beds and you're onto a winner. The next evergreen shrub are Japanese spindle, Euonymus japonica. Now euonymus are super tough, relatively small evergreen shrubs, great for beginners. Now they pretty much don't do a great deal in the garden. However, some of them during late spring, early summer will flower when they get really established. But the flowers tend to be pretty inconspicuous. But what you really need to do is try and blend it with other flowering plants such as herbaceous perennials or even small garden trees like acers. Now, Camellia japonica are one of my favourite all-time evergreen shrubs. They've got these long, ovate, glossy leaves, and then, come late spring, they erupt into flowers, and they're a real stalwart of any solid garden design. They'll tolerate dappled shade, they're tough as old boots, and they just give this real presence to the garden. Now, the biggest problem with camellias is that enthusiastic beginner gardeners go out and start pruning them back after winter. And what you actually do is prune off all the flower buds. So only prune them after they finish flowering. Now, the next unusual evergreen shrub is the Nerium, otherwise known as Oleander, and it gives a real Mediterranean feel to any garden because it has these really beautiful white, red or pink flowers, and the long evergreen matte leaves give that feeling of like olive trees, the Mediterranean and those silvery tones. The one thing to bear in mind, just like all Mediterranean plants, is it needs full sun. It won't survive in the shade. But if you've got a sun trap, poor soil, and you're going to get loads of sun and some exposure, the Nerium is a great shrub for you. Now, another shrub that I would be remiss not to include is good old Skimmia japonica. And some designers turn their nose up at it, and it gets treated quite harshly. And I don't really know why, because Skimmia offers a lot to gardens in terms of wildlife. Because not only have you got these sort of ovate green leaves that have their colour all the way through the year, but you get these gorgeous flowers and then little red berries that the birds in particular absolutely love. Now, they don't get very big, they're not going to do anything too fancy or crazy, but if you've got an awkward spot or you suddenly find your herbaceous planting drops off, then a Skimmia is a really good value evergreen shrub to plop in that gap until you find something a bit more floriferous that you really love. But I can guarantee you'll probably fall in love with it anyway. Now, if you're looking for a really delicate evergreen shrub, then cistus or the rock rose is the one for you. It's got a low growing habit, so it's a great delicate shrub to put near the front of a border or a rockery. Now, you do need to be a bit delicate with the rock rose. It hates the frost, it needs full sun, and it needs protecting. And when you look at those delicate flowers, you'll know why. And last but not least, I've saved probably one of the nicest evergreen shrubs to last, and that's Daphne. And the beauty of Daphne is the winter scent that you get from these shrubs. They're fantastic for containers, small gardens, shade, full sun, poor soil, the works. They will pretty much survive anywhere. They add this beautiful little blob of evergreen structure throughout the year. As soon as you get into winter, that's when the flowers open and you get this amazing scent. So if you want to show off at Christmas time to your friends, pop a couple of Daphnes in containers, plant them up with some beautiful winter annuals, and all of a sudden you're going to have a smell sensation. If you've not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit the red button to subscribe today. Also click the bell for notifications. We'll have access to hundreds of garden design hints, tips and hacks from me, the Garden Ninja. And best of all, it's free. So there you go, 16 bulletproof evergreen shrubs. Whether you're a beginner, intermediate or pro, these shrubs are going to help fill spaces and bring form to your garden all year round. If you've liked this video, please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel with our hundreds more garden design hints, tips and hacks to help make you an amazing gardener. If you want to become a garden designer yourself, head over to our website and sign up for one of my online courses where you can go from beginner to absolute pro. I've been Lee Burkhill, a Garden Ninja. Happy gardening.